Alright, this video is going to be rather long, so I apologize in advance. We're going to get into where to build links. Um, Most of you have probably heard of a lot of these. I'm going to cover them anyway. .0 or mini sites is the first thing here. These would be free blog hosting, like Blogger, WordPress, Tumblr. If you go on Google and search for free blog hosting, of these because most people already know about them and you can find them. There's also be like Squidoo, Hub Pages, Weebly, sites of that nature. And also don't forget about the old school HTML hosting. I think the first ever page I made was a GeoCities page, which was probably, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago or so. They're actually going under now, but there's plenty of places that still offer free hosting for you, and it's something to look at. It's called C-class IP. So if you look at, you can actually look up the IP address in a Whois search, and it'll say like 192.68.201. Whatever. The third number there in that string is the C-class IP. So every I always just followed that logic, so I don't know what would happen, but I know that you can get slapped because it's a easy footprint to follow if you're building all your sites on the same. I included a list of the top article directories by PR. It's a PDF file in there that you can use. The other thing to look for too is niche article directories, some of the small. So I like to throw a few of those links in there as well as the the top article directories. You can do guest posts on blogs, obviously. But I know people that do go that route a little bit. You can just ask them. You can try and build a little bit of relationship with people that are in, generally related niche to you. And you have your own blogs, obviously. We're gonna do a farm blog video series, and this is kind of the meat of this whole product and why I think people are doing things wrong. But to get up to that point, obviously we got to cover all this beginner things for the new people. But don't rule out your own blogs, and like I said, the PDF's included for the. Some general thing, just because you don't know what to do, always include the keyword you're going after and link it to that specific page. When you're getting these links, don't link every single one to your root domain. You want to do what's called deep linking, and that's if like you have a WordPress blog and you wrote an article, link to that article's URL, not the main URL of your blog. I actually do about 25% or so to the root when I initially start a page, and then you naturally when you add content you want to get backlinks for everything because you want the remember PR is per page basis, so you want to build up the PR for every single page, not just your root domain. By getting an edu link helps out more than a .com or a .info or .net, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will. It just those sites tend to have more authority. And there's also a PDF in there. There's a simple string you can plug in to Google to find .edu forums that allow you to sign up. Participate in the forums. Don't just spam them. You don't have to go crazy with it, but write a couple messages there and get your link out there. Blog comments is another big one. Make sure they're do follow. Talked about that before. There's actually software that'll find do follow blogs for you, but I included a couple of search strings that you can do in Google and find them yourself. And the power with that is you can include your keyword plus that search string and find related blogs that encourage you to leave a comment. And you'll see why when you go into it and start doing that. And then I also included a PDF for finding .edu blogs. Now, I think there's like 6 or 7 different search strings you can do. The main thing is, with these, you got to go through a lot of them because most of them are going to be do follow. But when you find one that's no followed, make sure to bookmark it and keep a little spreadsheet. And also, if you find one that's instant approval, say if you write your comment, it gets posted right away. Make note of that, especially if it's high PR, because you can go back and add to that and just keep going back to it as needed. It's a little bit of work up front, but once you do it and you have those accounts, it's a little bit easier. There's also software to automate this. I haven't found anything great yet, but there is a bookmarking daemon, and I think SocialBot is one of the Warrior Forum guys has that. I hear that one's kind of buggy. Bookmarking daemon does work, but it's more spammy than going and making your own profile and actually participate. Just watch that video that'll go into it more. We have social sites. I didn't really filter it, but those allow you to create profiles, and you know how those work. You can put your websites in there. Um, um, you put in like a username, and it'll check all the sites and tell you if it's taken or not. They'll also sign you up to 120 of them for 65 bucks if you want to save a little bit of time. You could probably find someone to do it cheaper than that, but just the convenience factor there if you want to use that. There's a link for that there. A real cool video to show you a neat shortcut so you don't have to buy any software, and it'll save you a heck of a lot of time. I PDF included there with the top RSS feed directories. Let's cut it here because it's going to be probably a part 2 or even 3 video. I don't want to make these too long for downloading purposes and things like that, but we'll continue with part 2.